Good morning, children. Welcome to the computer class. Let's start the chapter number 9, and the chapter name is Arrays. So, children, in this chapter, we will be learning about array and types of array and different types of operation is performed on the array. Now, let's start the chapter. So, children, my first topic is what is an array? So, array is a collection of a similar data type, right? An array is a collection of similar data type. In other words, we can say that array are used to store multiple values in a single variable instead of declaring separate variable for each value. Okay. For example, suppose that I am taking a string subscript cars. So children, here we have now declared a variable that hold an array of a string. So to insert value to it, we can use an array literals, place the value in comma separated list inside curly braces. Means we can write this like this: a string subscript car is equal to, okay, here we pass the sum string. Suppose that the first string is Volvo, okay, BMW, and so on. Okay, children. So here a string is the data type, car is the array name, this is the subscript. We show that the index value of the given array. And Volvo, BMW, Ford, Mazda, these are the examples. Yeah, these are the values. Okay. So now the question is why we use an array in our program. So understand this concept. We take this example. So children, in this example, given that for int I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 10 and I plus plus, and m is equal to integer dot parse int dot readline functions. So children, as we have already discussed, a variable is assigned a specific memory location for storage during compilations. Okay. So here the m can store only one integer at a time. As the loop repeat and the next loop for m is entered, the previous value will be deleted. On the compilation of loop, you will find that outcome of 10 numbers which you have created, only the last value is left in the memory location. Okay, that is the biggest problem. Okay, when we declare the simple variable. So suppose you have to find the sum and average of all the numbers you have entered through m. Now you are in fix because m is left only with the last number and all other number have been deleted and cannot be recovered to carry out our task. So we may think of using 10 variable for holding 10 different numbers. Okay, and our logic will be so complex that you may not be able to handle the task smoothly. So that's why we are using the array, the concept of array, because array are used to store multiple values in a single variable. Suppose that this is the single variable m. Okay, this variable store the multiple values. So I hope you understand why we use array in Java. Okay. Now the question is how many types of array are used in Java. So children, there are two types of array. First one is single dimensional array and second one is double dimensional array. Okay, single dimensional array, it means where the number of subscript is 1. or other word, we can say that when the element are specified by using a single subscript with a common variable, the array is called a single dimensional array. Okay? Or a array where the number of subscript, okay, this is the subscript. This show this subscript, yeah, this bracket, square bracket, show the position of the given element. Okay? For example, suppose that I am declaring variable 10 integer variable. Okay? 10 integer variable. So int m is equal to new int 10. So here, look at this picture. So here, these are 10 variables: 33, 12, 32, 41, 33, 55, 46, 71, 80 or 11. These are 10 elements. Okay? And here the M0, M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, M7, M8 or M9. These are the position, okay, to show the position of the given element. Okay, means the index value of 33 is M0. Okay, we can say that the index value of 32 means this element is M2. So here 33, 12, 41, 33, 45, 46, 71, these are the element, and this is the index value of the given element. So I hope you understand what is the use of subscript. Okay. Now using an array element. So there are three methods. By using an assignment statement, by using a function argument or a BlueJ method, and by using an input stream method. Okay. So I am taking one example. Okay. So in this example, the question is write a program to print the sum of 5 numbers. Okay. So in step number 1, get this. Step number 1, create the class. Suppose that here the class name is sample. Okay. Now public static void main. This is the entry point of a program. Now int I sum is equal to 0. These are the optional. Okay. They are variables. So according to our need, okay, we can change that or modify that. Okay. This is the important line. Int m is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This is the initialization of the given array. So here we pass the 5 elements: 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Okay. Now we can use a for loop. So for loop m is equal to I is equal to 0, I less than 5 and I plus plus. Okay. Remember this point, always the initial value of I is start from 0. Okay. Because the begin index of the array is a 0. So for I is equal to 0, I less than 5 and I plus plus. Next, sum is equal to sum plus mi. Sum plus mi. Here the mi is the index value. Show the index value. Okay, yeah, position of the given element. So in step number 1, when the loop will be start, the loop will be start from 0. I is equal to 0. Okay, so sum is equal to, you know that sum is equal to sum plus mi. Okay, so the initial value of sum is 0, mi means m0, and you know that the index value of m0 is 2. 2 means 0 plus 2, and this value assigned to this variable sum. Now the value of sum is 2. Now the value of sum is 2. Next time when the loop will be increased by 1, means now the value of I is 1. Okay, so sum is equal to 2 plus m1, and you know that the index value of m1 is 3. So 2 plus 3 means 5. So now the value of I sum is 5, Now when we increase the value of I, now the value of I is 2. So initial value of change value of sum is 5 plus m2. Okay, and you know that the value of the index value of m2 is 4. So 5 plus 4 means 9, and this value assigned to this variable. Okay, so this loop will be execute 5 times 0 to 4. Okay, and the sum is stored in this variable sum. Okay, when the loop will be completed, then we will print the value of this variable sum. Okay, so the final value of sum is 20. So the output will become the sum of the array element is 20. So I hope you understand how to use single dimensional array in our program. Okay, so single dimensional array where the number of subscript is 1. Subscript means show the direction, okay, where the data we will be stored. Okay, subscript means store the data in the form of row or a column. Okay, so this is the first part of this video. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Thank you.